Hi everybody, Honest John here. When historians look back at this era, I wonder what it will be known as. You know, historians like to name eras. We have the Dark Ages, we have the Age of Enlightenment, we have the Renaissance. And it was once thought that this era that we're living in would be known as the Information Age, because with the rise of the internet, we have access to all kinds of information that we never had before. It's much easier to find. The only problem is that we also have more access to misinformation, conspiracy theories, and outright lies. And the actual facts are often drowned out by all of this noise. So this era is much more likely to be known as the age of conspiracy theories or disinformation as it is about real information. But lies and liars and misinformation are not new. Back in the Middle Ages, for example, many Christians believed that Jews ate Christian babies. A ridiculous myth, to be sure, but widely believed. But before we go congratulating ourselves on how much more sophisticated we are than they were back then, that same myth is still around, being propagated by the extreme right about Democrats, liberals, and of course, Jews. And despite how ridiculous they are on their face, it's widely believed in right-wing circles. We can blame the internet and social media, but the fact is that both real information and crazy talk are available in the same space, and people choose to opt into the crazy conspiracy theories. What seems to be lacking across a wide swath in America is the ability to think critically. Not only is it lacking, but there's a resistance to it. So on the one hand, we can have a distinguished scientist who has spent a lifetime learning and researching and discovering, and a guy who didn't finish high school, lives in his mother's basement, and has never accomplished anything in his life. And people will believe that guy. And not only that, they will send death threats to the scientists for disagreeing with the moron. That's what happened to Anthony Fauci when he disagreed with Donald Trump. We have a Republican Congresswoman from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who believes that every mass shooting that happened in the United States is a hoax. She also believes that forest fires in California were started by Jewish lasers from outer space. That's a bizarre theory, made even more bizarre by the insistence that the lasers are Jewish. How can you tell a Jewish laser from a regular laser? Does it have a foreskin? But all jokes aside, these lies and conspiracy theories are dangerous. The insurrection at the Capitol is only the most recent example of how they incite violence. But it's not the only example. Don't forget, a guy went to a pizza place in Washington because he believed in the Pizzagate conspiracy theory, and he had a gun and was going to kill people. And some of these mass shootings that are being called hoaxes were done by people who believed in crazy conspiracy theories. So they are a danger to our democracy. They are a danger to us as individuals. The question is, how do we combat all of this misinformation without infringing on people's free speech rights? There have always been crazy people saying crazy things. There have always been people who believe them. So this is not new. But nowadays it seems like it's more and more people. It's really surprising how many people are believing in the craziest stuff. Thanks for listening.